So I've been doing like a series on like recognizing evil, right? Recognizing the evil and how I was able to recognize it, you know what I'm saying, just in my life. And before I even go off, one of the most important things that you can do in your life is have a relationship with God. It doesn't matter what type of direction you take, whether it's I'm Muslim, I just so happen to be Muslim. Islam chose me, basically, like Allah chose me to be Muslim. But you could be anything, you know what I'm saying? Whatever gets you closer to your Lord, you know what I'm saying? And by me being closer to God, what it did was it gave me the sensitivity. I guess that's the best way you can, define this, but it gave me the sensitivity to be able to read evil and to see it. And don't get it wrong, like there's going to be times in your life where you're going to see it, but you're going to question it. And that's what I'm going to go in today, about how many times I had to question what I was seeing. And questioning the evil is probably the hardest thing for you to do as a person, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to see it, and it's going to be from people that you're going to be like, this, like, you're going to question it. You're going to be like, this can't be true. You know what I'm saying? And I always think about how Jesus was able to know exactly what was going to happen when Judas Iscariot had betrayed him. And Peter had denied him. He knew exactly what was going to happen, and he called it. And there's a lot of people right now that's going to look at this, that's going to be able to see like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. I called it. And you're going to question why you didn't act on it. And, I'm going to tell you how good it is sometimes to not act on it. For example, I saw so much evil in a lot of my relationships, right? Some I acted on it in between there and stopped it, and some I kept it going. The reason why I kept it going was I was trying to figure out what was happening. Some of them was that too. And then also I was so high in some of my relationships at that time, like high in life, you know what I'm saying, that like everything was happening around me. I couldn't even recognize it, you know what I'm saying? And what happened was, by me being so high, I was easily able to be a fall guy, like a scapegoat. They was able to pass a lot of this stuff off right on me. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It made me tougher. I'm still here. So, it's alhamdulillah. But that's another thing that happens, being a fall guy and not being able to act on it. And the times that I did act on it, if I had waited a little bit longer, I might have been able to, I would have been able to catch their evil right in right then and there. So sometimes acting on it can hurt you too. So when you're having the evil, when the evil is around you, when you're recognizing the evil, the biggest issue that people have when they see the evil is their circle. Because for real, evil outside your circle doesn't mean nothing. It's one of the reasons, there's a big reason why the cops, when somebody dies, they always look at the people close to you. There's a big reason why that happens, because more than likely it's dumb. Now, don't get it wrong. They end up finding out sometimes it's not dumb, but they look at the people who benefit the most out of it. And that normally is the people that are close to you. And when you see those type of things, it really hurts you. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why people question it the most. Because they always question like, no, this can't happen. No, this person could never do this to me. And they do. And they always do. And I think that's probably one of the saddest experiences that we have in life, is that we find people that are just going to betray us all the time. And for the people that are the chosen ones, the people that have always been the person that has been the kindest hearted people, the person that always is the people that are most reliable, the ones everybody goes to for help, stuff like that, they always are the ones that get hurt the most. And betrayed the most. So when you're looking at the people who do the evil, it's your friends and your family, and that's going to be the hardest ones for you to accept. Then it's going to be, your coworkers, and then it's the streets. If you're in the streets, first of all, if you're in the streets, you need to get out of it, right? Because there's going to be people that's going to do it for, like, they're going to be in the streets for whatever reason, like for survival, just to make sure that they survive and all that. But the survival part is so, it's almost a figment of it's almost like a figment of your imagination. Like, surviving how? The streets give you long-lasting life effects. If it's not jail or death, then it's PTSD. Then it's all these other lifetime effects. That you'll never shake off. So, that's what people don't talk about. Then some of the effects of those actions also is the trust factor. Is that you look at people and you can see, people being untrustworthy. And I seen a lot of street dudes that were some of the most trustworthy, but then you see some that are not trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the ones that are in the streets that are trustworthy, these are the ones that were the most vicious, as far as, like, once they find out about other people's untrustworthy, they're the most vicious. And they're probably the most sturdiest because they've been through a lot. If they ain't died yet, trust me, these people are survivors. They tough. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the most lasting effects and of seeing that stuff is that you get a chance to see a lot of the toughness right in their eyes. Then your coworkers, right? So if you were in the streets, or if you was, however you played it, because there's so many different aspects of being in the streets, but you're going to try to, like, rectify your life at one point, right? So you're going to have, like, coworkers, and when you're dealing with corporate America or any type of company, this is a different type of game, yo. They do things totally different, and it reminds me of, like, like people that try to act like they street, but they not. Like, you're going to have coworkers that are going to bait you. There's, like, passive aggressive actions. They're going to bait you into doing things, and they'll be like, see, got you, and got you fired and stuff like that. And you're going to be like, what? It's going to be so corny. Like, yo, all that for this? It's going to be so corny. It's not going to be worth playing. It's so not worth it, yo. Like, it's so not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never get a job again. Like, ever. You mean, because of just the way working for a company, working for somebody is, I would recommend people to LLC themselves if they have to. You know what I'm saying? Because for real, working for a company, they're going to squeeze the living life out of you, every sweat, blood, tear out of you, and they won't even say thank you once they kick you to the curb. You know what I'm saying? It's like a vampire type of energy person in a relationship, or it's kind of like some using useful women and something like that. If you're a man, or useful men if you're a woman, these type of people, they're going to use you and wring you out like a wash rag, put you right on the rack and let you dry. They're not going to say thank you or nothing. And that's what these type of jobs do. They'll wring you out, and they're not going to care. I think one of the hardest things for me to see was, like, my friends and my family, because you're going to do things for people that you're going to see that they're never going to do that back to you or for you, and they're going to do things to you that you'll never do to them, and you're going to have to learn how to live with that. And that's part of the chosen one experience. Allah chooses his people on purpose. He knows this. He gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. This is not just an adage. I live that. This is real rap. This is not no adage, yo. This is real rap. You have to be tough for this. If you trying to be successful and you can't take like a bad day, or you can't take like like I said about your coworker saying something and get you fired, you can't take this type of behavior, then you're not built for success. If you can't take, if you're not strong enough to take somebody, looking at you the wrong way, and what you looking at or stuff like, you're not built for success. You're not. It's an experience I had to go through. This is something that you have to go through. You have to. You can't fight every battle won. You can't. And a lot of people that grew up, fighting all the time, has this mentality where you have to fight every battle and you don't. Some things is just super not worth it. And it's most things. You're going to find the time it's going to be most things. Then you're going to see people do all this bait and trap stuff. And I'm telling you, yo, if you're not built for that, if you're not built for people saying, oh, you're just going to let them do that and stuff like that. Yes, I am. Because it's a duh. Like, this is the scheme. They scheming you, bro. They trying to get you out the way. And the best way to get somebody out the way is letting them get themselves out the way. It's the easiest ABC 1, 2, 3. Yo, they tricking you out your spot. I'll give you an example. The Russia joint, right? You got the Ukraine soldiers. They're doing everything they can to hang on. They're on their last soldier. They got their last bullet. They went across Russia, a place that they went across the Kerch region. They're not even protecting the region. They walked right across there. Why isn't there nobody protecting there? There's nobody protecting there because they didn't have to. See, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have to. Nobody says this. Nobody understands this. How do they let them just walk across there? Because they didn't have to. And they're waiting for Russia. They're not trying to bait them. They're waiting for Russia to come over there. Use some of their, trying to bait them. And they think Vladimir Putin is so emotionally volatile that he's going to be like, you know what? I'm gonna send everybody there. They just crossed. They shouldn't have did that and all this other stuff. And the whole time he's stable as I don't know what. He looking at this room like, I'm not falling for this. And I can't tell you how many times I've had people try to pull me into a trap. I'll be looking right at it like, look at this. And that's why when I said in the beginning about seeing the evil, there's a reason why I didn't make that step at that time, because I'm looking right at it like, look at this. I'm being pulled into a trap. And I didn't know where it was coming from. So one of the smartest things you can do about not knowing where it's coming from is making sure you don't do nothing, because the last thing you want to do is hurt the wrong person. That's the last thing you want to do. You might hurt somebody that's actually for you just because you see the evil. So you don't want to do that. All right. Because there's going to be somebody that's actually really standing tall for you. But when you see it, you can't let it bait you. You can't let it bait you, yo. You have to be strong enough to see it and be like, this is part of the game. This is part of the game. If you don't think you're playing a game, you know, I hate to tell you, yo, life is a game. The only thing that is not a game is what you stand for. That should be never a game. And when I mean by never a game, it doesn't mean that you can get baited out of your position by anybody or everybody, but you have to stand tall and stand firm for it, because there's going to be so many different curveballs that's going to be thrown at you, and most of it just be lies. So you have to be strong up for it. And the only way you're going to be strong enough for it is if you built for it. A king, right? If you're a king on your throne, you can't just run out to every war. You can't. You got to send people out there, man. Go ahead. You got to do that. Go ahead, man. Get out of here. You just can't. You can't react to everything. Like, what's that? I don't care. You can't react to everything. You say, I can't. I wish I could tell somebody how many times. Like, I mean, I got a whole book coming out, but like, how many times you'll see it? It's mind-boggling, and it's all a game. It's people are plotting. It's multiple people plotting, yo. And the sad part is you don't even know how bad plotting is, yo. Because you'll have people gossiping about you, having a whole 20-person gossip about you. About you, yo. If you're a chosen one, you'll have a whole 20-person gossip about you. You know how you don't know that? Because you don't do that. You see what I'm saying? You're not that corny, but these people are, and they need 20 people. And this is how you understand your position. You have to understand you're a boss. A boss always want to have multiple people dick eating, and this is just part of the game. This is just what it is, yo. You're gonna have so many people that's going to be gossiping and trying to pull you down. And you just got to be built for it. You have to be built for it, yo. And then they're going to send the crash dummy at you, the bull. I mean, you just got to be built for it, yo. And at one point in my life, like this is, don't get it wrong. Like at one point in my life, I wasn't built for it. At one point in my life, I baited into so many different things, yo. Because I just didn't see it. I just did not see it. I did not know that this would happen because I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of person. I see the problem, I deal with it accordingly right then and there. I ain't got the schemes, the traps, the type of stuff like that. This is not my life. I don't live that type of corniness. I care about feeding me and my family. That's all I care about. But unfortunately, yo, you have people that aren't that strong. They're weak people. And these type of weak people they're like hyenas. In order to eat, the only way they're going to be able to eat is if they group up together and try to take you out on some hyena stuff. If you watch Animal Planet, anybody that is strong enough growing up that watch Animal Planet, they'll see this type of behavior. Human beings exhibit this type of behavior. They literally exhibit this pack mentality, mob mentality. There's literally so many things written about it, but human beings exhibit this behavior. And unfortunately, it'd be about nothing. If you think if it was for survival, if it was for food and stuff like that, you could understand it. Like, all right, I can understand you acting like this because we're on the brink of survival. But this is not for that. This is for like Instagram likes, Facebook clicks, YouTube subscribers. This is completely insanity. This is where our world has come to, yo. We are under attack right now. We are literally under attack right now. Our country is under attack. We literally have one leg to stand on right now. And we will be at each other's neck. Whole time the robbers coming in and sweeping our whole crib out. This is insanity stuff. This is insane behavior, yo. And this is what people exhibit right now, yo. For something that small as a like, a click and stuff like that. And it almost is almost at a point where you kind of want to give up. You look at it and you want to give up. And if you're a chosen one and you want to give up, yo, don't. I will tell you that I understand your frustration because it's so corny that it's unbelievable when you see it. You really don't even know how corny it is. It's even cornier than you could think. There's a saying that they say the truth is stranger than fiction. Bro, when I tell you the truth is stranger than a lie, bro. But you got to be strong, yo. You have to be. You have to be, yo, because there's thorough people out there that need other thorough people, yo. There's people that are relying on your thoroughness, yo, because somebody has to set the example for these suckers. And if you don't necessarily know if you are a sucker or if you're a chosen one, then you're more than likely a sucker. When you see this, recognize the evil in your family. Now, this is going to be one of the hardest examples because I've seen it. But when you see the evil in your family, you have to never change yourself. Still keep yourself as refined. You have to trust God, yo. This is where the trust in Allah comes in. You have to trust God because you have to be loving enough for yourself and loving enough for your Lord to still honor them. Because that still is your family, yo. And Allah puts you on here for you to lose the trust within your family. He did. So you're gonna have a family member that either like bullied you, beat the crap out you, touch you, whatever, yo. However it happened, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have those type of experiences in your life. And if you didn't, alhamdulillah, I haven't had the best experience, but I haven't had the worst either. But, you know, you're gonna have these experiences and you gotta take them. And this is just what it is. And when you take them, you learn from them. And you show other people how you survive and how you live your life through those experiences. How you survive those experiences. Because the first thing you're never going to do is you're never going to repeat them. The last thing you want to do is to do the same thing that somebody did to you. Like, this is how you know if you thorough or not. Because a thorough person is going to have something happen to them and they'll be like, man, I ain't never going to let nobody else do that to somebody else in front of me. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what a thorough person is going to do. It just make sure you don't get tricked out your spot while doing that, while living like that. But when you see it in your family, it's going to be a shock. It's going to be a shock. This is the biggest you know, this is the biggest hurt. This is the biggest pain. This is the biggest betrayal. And you're gonna have to take it and learn from it and live from it. Also, in order to see this too, like when you do see it or when you do feel something is uncomfortable, recognize the energy. Know that you are sensitive to this type of stuff. So pay attention. And when I mean pay attention, if in order to become sensitive, you got to start meditating or either praying real hard. That's the same thing as meditating to me, is having that. You're going to have to start notice, like get off of social media. Because the second that you start noticing your surroundings, you're going to start reading the energy almost like it's like a play. And you're going to see it. And you're going to be like, look at this. It's so banging to see it, but it's so heartbreaking too. It's heartbreaking, yo. Because you're going to see stuff and you're like, look at this stuff, yo. And it's going to be sad and it's going to hurt you, yo. It still hurts me when I think about it. But it is what it is. And you got to get through it. You know what I mean? And people, like I said, people rely on you. So when you see it, some of the stuff is like pretty much self-explanatory. If people around you is driving cars and you ain't got no car, you know what that is, right? You understand that, right? If people around you got money and you ain't got no money, you understand that, right? And most of the chosen ones, you don't have no money because they don't want you to have no money. They don't want you to be better than them because they already see that you better than them right now. So with money, you're going to be super better than them. You understand that? You got to be able to recognize that type of behavior. Most of the chosen ones, if you had money, everybody around you would have money because it did. You put everybody on around you, right? Didn't you? I bet you did. But when you ain't got nothing, where they at? They not there. So you got to recognize that. Those people ain't for you, yo. They hate you. And when I say hate, more than likely they hate you. They hate you with a H-A-T-E. Like they do. It is what it is. They do. You mean, when they have things and they're not giving it to you, yo, that means they do not mess with you, yo. And it's just simple as that. There's no way around that. Because all you have to do is think about yourself and what you would do in that position. So, by recognizing that, don't look at it as betrayal. Don't do that. Start giving your God more love. Love God more. You know why? Because you ain't got to live with that challenge, yo. You ain't got to live with the fact that these people are so corny that they got 2 pieces of bread, they won't even give you a crumb. I was in jail next to people that had lockers full of food. Lockers full of food. They wouldn't even get a dude from their neighborhood some. I'm telling you, I've seen this type of behavior, yo. This is crummy behavior. This is crab behavior. This is crab mentality, yo. All types of sucker stuff. I've seen it. So you know what you do? You praise your Lord, yo. Because you ain't never going to be that type of sucker, yo. That's why you're a chosen one. And you keep coming back and making sure that you give back and make sure that other people can learn from this, because this is not the behavior of thorough people. And this is why our country is going in the direction that it's going in. Because it's being held by what? Suckers. Suckers. We're voting suckers into office. This is what we got. Suckers. Simple as that. Suckers. I'm not gonna what do you call that, like cover up the truth and paint it. You mean they suckers. I mean, so this is what we got. A country full of suckers. And don't get it wrong, they're gonna act like they're the thoroughest people in the world, yo. You won't see it. They suckers. Simple as that. Because thorough people don't have to petition and walk around and do all that type of stuff. They don't have to have a marching band saying, come see me. I got the marching band with me. They ain't got to do all that. They will radiate. Their light will look like my face right now. It'll radiate. They'll be just as light as me. Their hair will turn gold like mine. Stuff like that. Because that's what the law does. He shows you who's the chosen. He'll show you. I promise you, he'll show you, yo. Wallahi, this is not die. So they'll show you who the chosen is, yo. Then that's wallahi. So they will show you who the chosen is, yo. And when he shows you who you are, make sure you take the baton, yo, and you do it the best way. That's something I had to learn, because I was sitting there being a sucker like dumb. I don't know why I was dimming my light to be around other people. I will never do that again. And that's when I elevated to another light. You won't never dim your light, yo, for other people, just to be around other people, yo. Make sure you shine as bright as you can. And recognize that evil, yo. I'm gone.